Have you ever seen a movie where a dented car magically repairs itself, or a robot changes shape right before your eyes? It sounds like pure science fiction, right? Well, what if I told you that the magic behind this isn't so far from reality? We're talking about shape memory metals, and they are one of the most incredible materials you've probably never heard of. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see how these smart materials are already changing our world in ways you can't even imagine. So, what exactly are shape memory metals, or as scientists call them, shape memory alloys? Imagine a metal that has a memory. You can take a piece of it, bend it, twist it, crumple it into a completely different shape, and then, with a little bit of heat, watch it spring back to its original form as if nothing ever happened. It's like hitting a reset button on its physical structure. The most common of these is an alloy called nitinol, which is a mix of nickel and titanium. It's this unique combination that gives it its seemingly magical properties. But how does it work? It's not magic. It's all down to some fascinating science at the atomic level. These alloys can exist in two different solid crystal structures, or phases. One is called the martensite phase, which exists at cooler temperatures. In this phase, the metal is soft and easy to deform. You can bend it into any shape you like, and it will hold that shape. But when you heat it up past a certain transition temperature, it transforms into its other phase, called the austenite phase. This austenite structure is its memory state, its original, pre-programmed shape. So, as the atoms rearrange themselves back into this high-temperature structure, the entire piece of metal visibly snaps back to its original form. Think of it like a perfectly disciplined army of atoms. When it's cold, they're at ease and can be moved around, but when the heat is on, they snap back to their perfect formation. This might sound like a niche laboratory curiosity, but the applications are mind-blowing and are already deeply integrated into our lives. Let's start with medicine. Ever heard of stents? These tiny mesh tubes are used to open up clogged arteries. Many modern stents are made from nitinol. They are cooled down, compressed into a very thin shape, and guided through the blood vessels to the blockage. Once in place, the warmth of your own body temperature is enough to trigger the shape memory effect. The stent expands, pushing the artery walls open and restoring blood flow. It's a life-saving procedure made possible by a metal that remembers its shape. It's also used in orthodontics. Those modern braces wires, many are made of shape memory alloy. The wire is bent to fit the patient's teeth, and over time, the gentle, constant force it exerts as it tries to return to its original straight shape is what pulls the teeth into perfect alignment. It's more comfortable and efficient than traditional steel wires. Beyond medicine, these alloys are everywhere. Have you ever seen those indestructible glasses, frames? The ones you can twist and bend, and they just pop back into shape. Yep, that's often nitinol at work. This makes them perfect for people who are a bit rough with their belongings or for anyone who's ever accidentally sat on their glasses. They're also being used in aerospace engineering. Imagine parts on a satellite or spacecraft that need to be deployed in orbit. They can be folded up compactly for launch, and then, once in space, a small electrical current can heat them, causing them to unfold into large solar arrays or antennas. This saves precious space and weight, which are critical for any space mission. Now, let's get to the really exciting part, something the outline hinted at: animals. What do animals have to do with shape memory metals? Well, nature is the ultimate engineer, and scientists often look to the animal kingdom for inspiration. This field is called biomimicry. Think about how a bird folds its wings or how a flower unfurls its petals. These are complex, elegant movements that are efficient and precise. Researchers are trying to replicate these natural motions using shape memory alloys. For example, they've built robotic fish whose fins are made of these smart materials. By selectively heating different parts of the fin, they can make it flex and move just like a real fish's tail, allowing it to swim with incredible agility and efficiency. They're working on robotic muscles that use shape memory alloys instead of heavy motors. When heated, these wires contract like real muscle fibers, paving the way for robots that are lighter and more lifelike. Picture a soft robot gently picking up fragile items or a prosthetic hand moving gracefully like a human. Plus, engineers are taking cues from insects, creating tiny flying robots that flap their wings like bees. These little guys could help with everything from pollinating crops to searching disaster zones, reaching spots where bigger drones can't. This blend of nature and tech is opening up exciting new possibilities in robotics. Imagine a world where everything can self-repair. Got a dent in your car? Just hit it with some heat from a hairdryer and boom, it's gone. What about a cracked pipe? Picture this. It seals itself up when it detects a leak. In construction, buildings in quake zones could use special materials that bend during tremors and then return to shape when heated, basically healing themselves. Even our clothes could change with the weather, getting cooler when it's hot and warmer when it's cold. It's wild how the line between ordinary stuff and smart, responsive tech is fading. So, are shape memory metals science fiction? Not at all. They are very much a part of our present reality, even if they often work invisibly behind the scenes, saving lives in hospitals, helping us see clearly, and pushing the boundaries of space exploration. From the intricate movements of a robotic fish inspired by nature to the dream of a car that heals itself, these materials are turning what once seemed like fantasy into tangible engineering marvels. They are a perfect example of how our deepening understanding of the fundamental properties of matter allows us to create a future that is smarter, safer, and more resilient. The next time you see something that seems to defy logic, take a moment and wonder if there's a bit of shape memory magic at play. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of smart materials. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the incredible science and technology shaping our world. Let me know in the comments what other futuristic materials you'd like to learn about. Until next time, stay curious. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie: metals that can remember their shape. You bend them, twist them, crumple them up, and with a little bit of heat, they snap right back to their original form. Is this Hollywood magic? Nope. This is the incredible science of shape memory alloys. So, what's the secret behind this metallic memory? It's all about a fascinating process called a phase transformation. Think about water. It can be a solid ice, a liquid water, or a gas steam. Metals have different solid phases too. For shape memory alloys, the two important ones are called martensite and austenite. When the metal is cool, it's in its martensite phase. This phase is soft and easy to deform. You can bend a wire into a paper clip, flatten a spring, or tie a rod into a knot. It looks permanently changed. Right, but here's where the magic happens. All you've done is rearrange the crystal structure of the martensite. The underlying blueprint of its original shape is still there, just waiting. Now, let's introduce some heat. As the alloy warms up, it reaches a specific transition temperature. At this point, it transforms into its austenite phase. This austenite phase is much more rigid and has only one configuration it wants to be in: its original, memorized shape. As the atoms rearrange themselves back into the austenite structure, the entire piece of metal forcefully moves with them, snapping back to the shape it was first formed in. It's an incredible display of solid-state physics in action. You can cool it down and deform it all over again, and it will remember its shape every single time you heat it up. You might be thinking, that's a cool party trick, but what's it actually good for? Well, the applications are way more amazing than you might imagine. One of the biggest fields is medicine. Think about stents, those tiny mesh tubes used to open up clogged arteries. A stent made from a shape memory alloy like nitinol, which is a mix of nickel and titanium, can be compressed and cooled down, making it tiny enough to fit inside a catheter. A surgeon can then guide this compressed stent through the bloodstream to the blocked artery. Once it's in place, the warmth of your own body is enough to trigger the transformation. The stent heats up to body temperature, expands back to its original open tube shape, and props the artery open, restoring blood flow. It's a minimally invasive procedure that saves lives, all thanks to a metal that remembers. But the medical marvels don't stop there. Braces for your teeth. Traditional braces use constant force to pull teeth into alignment, but shape memory wires do it differently. The wire is shaped into the perfect arch, then cooled and bent to fit your current teeth alignment. As the wire warms up in your mouth, it constantly tries to return to its perfect arch shape, applying a gentle, continuous pressure that moves your teeth more efficiently and often more comfortably than traditional steel wires. They're also used in everything from flexible eyeglass frames that you can sit on without breaking, to surgical tools that can be bent to navigate around organs. Beyond our own bodies, these smart materials are making a huge impact.